When visiting an older family member, especially during social distancing, maybe you haven't seen them in a while, there may be some signs of some changes. You're starting to wonder, wow, are they able to take care of themselves? Are they able to live alone anymore? Those are real concerns. And joining us right now is elder law attorney David Banas and care coordinator Janelle Leonard from the law firm of Hickman and Lauder to share some tips and some guidance on what to do if we find ourselves in this situation. Thank you both for being here. Where do we start, Janelle?
Sure. Thanks for having us. I think it's important when you go to see a loved one is really just to assess where they're at. There have been a lot of changes in service delivery, things like medications being delivered later than normal, maybe not totally on time, difficulty getting food and things. So you really have to assess, is it a situational situation where maybe they haven't been getting things on time, or is it more of that they're unable to do things for themselves still? So I think looking around their house, is it less tidy than it normally would be? Are there things that aren't getting done, like maybe their bedding, because it's too difficult to launder? Looking at their appearance and sort of saying, gosh, do you need more help with personal care, or is it something that or did you just skip showering today? That type of thing. So I think it's important to kind of see where they're at and look at things like medications. Are they taking them on time? Do they have food in their refrigerator? Or things expired? Is there older food that they haven't gotten rid of? Little things like that, just to look around and see what they're struggling with.
Because I think some of those things that happen in front of all of us, physical appearance, could actually be a red flag for things that are happening behind the scenes. David, financial situations, are the bills being paid on time, and protecting the assets of your loved one? How do we do that?
Well, that's exactly right. So I would say, if after visiting someone after all of this and you have these red flags that maybe medications aren't being taken, maybe even the lawn hasn't mowed and you can't really figure out why, maybe personal hygiene isn't up to where you think it should be, I think that's a good reason to look at, behind the scenes, again, like you said, to look and make sure bills are getting not just utility bills, but insurance bills. Long-term care insurance policy bills may have needed to be paid. And then that also leads to the question of, do we have people in place through a power of attorney to pay those bills? The individual is struggling in multiple ways. So, anytime you identify a change, and everybody's going through a large change right now, obviously, it gives us an opportunity to look deeper and to think, do we have something in place so that even if we have to continue to socially distance, or even if people are far away, we can utilize this sort of distance technology through Zoom, through all the things that we've been relying on to maybe make sure that bills are getting paid. And that starts with powers of attorney.
Right.
I think it's important also to point out that, during these times, if you're watching WKYC and if you're an older person with younger people caring about you, don't be defensive, all right? Because a lot of us are, we haven't seen you in a long time. I know a lot of us, including me, I kick back a little bit. Maybe I haven't made the bed as many times as I should have, day by day. But those questions or concerns are out of love. And I think that's so important. So Janelle, what do we do if we see some real warning signs?
Well, I think, again, when you're looking at the whole picture, is it something little, like getting a cleaning person in once a week, or having some assistance with laundry? Is it something bigger than that? Is it, bigger than getting a lawn care service in? Is it more important to see if they need a personal care aide, someone to come in and actually help them with bathing and dressing? Or, does their home modifications need to be made at this point? Getting, a chair that's a recliner that they can use a remote for to help them get up. Do they need more railings put up? Things like that. Or is it something more serious, like we might be looking at a change in living, like an assisted living, or possibly even a nursing home? But I think trying to look at the small things we can do to help them first is key.
And before we say goodbye, David, I want to make sure, coming from you as an attorney, what should we do now without any red flags or warning signs, with all of us, with people that are older in our families? What should we set up? I mean, right now.
I would say, without hesitation and without anxiety, set up a power of attorney for finances, and set up a power of attorney for health. Everybody, not just the elderly, not just the vulnerable. Everybody should take a look at those simple steps right now. And that's the most we can do right now in the simplest fashion to prepare for whatever might happen. There's a lot of anxiety, and you wouldn't believe how much anxiety will be gone if you don't have a power of attorney once you have that in place.
Great advice. As always, it's wonderful spending time with both of you. And this has been a crazy world that has stopped in certain places, but life has gone on, and you both have been at it. So special thanks to our friends from Hickman and Louder. If you want to get in touch with them, 216-861-0360, or you can go to the website, hickman-louder.com. Thank you, Janelle. Thank you, David.
Thank you.